Welcome to the Immortal Viper Guide on Icebox. In this video, I'll be including post-plant lineups to stop the enemies from planting the bomb, Viper walls, one-ways, alt locations. So everything you need to know about Viper on this map will be in this video. Really quick before we get into that, I wanted to show you guys my new merchandise officially released now. It's boosted. If you're boosted, your friend's boosted, show them this shirt, give them a good laugh. I'd really appreciate it. And on top of that, I stream every single day on Twitch besides Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So if you want to come vibe and watch some Viper gameplay like the lineup shown in this video, I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the lineups. Alright, so first things first, for your post-plant lineups in the A site, what you want to do is you want to come up here and walk onto this spot right here. You don't have to sit here and line up specifically on the ground. You just right here on this line, on the yellow, you just stand right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. So then what you do is you find this corner right here on the ceiling and you aim that a little bit off to the right. Then you give this a toss. So you can figure where this is going to land. This is going to land perfectly for post-plant situations on Icebox. So if you want to throw this later in the round, you want to throw this off rip, do whatever you got to do. But what this does is this orb will cover the default plant, the rope plant, and the front generator plant right here. So it'll cover anywhere people plant and decay them down to 0 HP when they go to defuse. So I have two Viper lineup spots, one that land in both different default plants on this site. So what I use to line up on the wall is this one right here, the one over from the yellow line. So you line up right here. It doesn't have to be spot on, but what you do is for this lineup right here, this one lands if they plant generator. So you aim right here in this gray area, then right after you jump, you shoot like this, and you can see where this lands. This one lands front generator, and this will stop anyone from defusing the bomb if it's planted anywhere right here. Then the lineup from the same spot goes for the rope / default plant, which is right here. You line up in the same exact spot and you shoot in this spot right here. Give that a shot, bounces off front gen, and it'll land default and on the rope plant. Like I said, in combination with this orb, they will not be able to defuse the bomb. So the key is with this is looking at the mini map, right? Figure out where they plant. If your team plants default or on the rope, you shoot that one, and if they plant front gen, you shoot that one. Just make sure you're shooting the right one per where they plant. So for the post plant Viper lineups on Icebox, what you want to do is come over to this corner right here. I don't know how to credit this person. I don't know who made this lineup. I did make the other one, but if you guys know whose credit this lineup is, drop them in the comments below. So what you want to do is aim your crosshair about right here. A lot of people end up messing this one up because they jump and at the peak of their jump they shoot, but instead right after you jump, you pull the trigger on this one like this. Otherwise, it doesn't get the momentum it needs to make it over this orange crate here and land perfectly default. Now, the only way this one misses is if there's a stage wall and it bounces off the stage wall, or if it bounces off a player's head. And then obviously, when your team plants the bomb, you just throw your orb here as decay. I don't have a specific lineup that lands right here, as you're going to be running up here anyways to do it. So you just toss it down on the bomb. So while we're in the mode of attack, I'm going to show you guys the 3 Viper walls I use for attacking on this map. So for the B site, the execution with the Viper wall I use is this one right here. So if you look at the mini map, it goes a little bit pretty much over this green box, a little bit off to the left here like this, and then you just give this a toss. I don't like when it lands inside the nest. It is not good for when it lands inside the nest, so I do it a little bit off to the side. So I do something like this, and it allows your teammates to get in there, put the sage wall, plant the bomb, then you can put your orb down and go play your post plant. This wall is perfect because what you got to do when you're playing this is you got to hold these angles right here, because people will try to peek you this angle and they will try to peek you from this angle, so they'll think they'll be slick and they'll think they'll be able to get a free kill on you, but you'll be holding those angles basically. So the only angles they have to peek you from, you'll already be holding, so they think they'll slick and you'll get free kills. The 2 wall executions I use on the A site is this one right here. You stand right here at the barrier, you aim your wall about right here at this door. You can see where this lands on the mini map. It lands to the very right side of the heaven door, or the heaven window, or whatever you want to call it, on rafters. So when you're executing the site, it'll look something like this. It'll block off this whole left side of the site, and it will block off the peak from heaven, so you'll be able to get back sight and get complete control of the site basically for free. And it'll even do damage to the people trying to go up the rope and walking through the wall right there. So it'll be really good for your team taking control of this site and being able to fight for it. And the other wall I like to use is this one right here. This one's relatively basic. What you do is you just aim it over the screen. That one you have to make sure you aim up for it so it goes high enough and lands on it. But this one is good because all you have to do is now hold screen, because when they walk through this, they have no info, they just get destroyed. So you can just sit here and hold this from any particular angle that you want to hold it from, and you can just pick off the enemies as they try to retake the site. So Viper walls on defense. How do you hold the sites? All right, so what you want to do is you want to come over here and look at this mini map. You want your wall to land on 410. So you have to aim it off to the left a little bit, otherwise it slides off. So when the wall goes down, you can just give this a toss like this, and it'll land across 410 like so. So what this allows you to do is any way the enemy comes in, they just can't, right? They will have to walk through the wall if they want to come in. If they want to go through the rope, Viper wall, Viper wall, Viper wall, maze. So what you can do is when you're defending this, is when the enemies start coming in, you can just poison the main walkway, poison maze, poison close, and just make it so these enemies have so much time that they have to just sit there and they just can't come in, buying your teammates all the time in the world to rotate off B, come to A, and support you when they're actually taking this site. This wall has done me so good because it does so much damage as they're walking in. You can get a lot of free kills, and they won't be checking a lot of these angles because the Viper wall and they don't have the info, so you'll be able to get clean picks. Another fun thing I like to use on this map here is you line up in the generator about right here. You aim your crosshair on this gray line about right here. You give this a toss, right? Bounce, and it'll land perfectly right here. So what this does is this gives you a one-way to this angle right here. So if they peek this lower angle here, you can see their feet before they can see you. And this disallows them from getting any control of pipes at all. So they jump up here and they won't be able to get any head glitch angles. They won't be able to get any sneaky picks on you. It basically takes all the control away from the attackers and giving them a lot less angles to peek from. So they have to peek your one way lower and see their feet and get shot, or they have to stand here, wait for your orb to go down because they can't peek anywhere pipes. So only two spots they can peek from is lower here or this window. So you'll be able to get a lot of angles cut off, helping you defend this site. A bonus tip here is what you want to do if they're running into the site. You either rotating from B or you've fallen off A to play retake with your team. So I got two lineups for you. So what you want to do is you see this like light thing here on the wall. You aim somewhere here, and it bounces off the wall, and it makes it so the enemies can't run in. This will also stop the default plant that a lot of people run front generator, and it'll prevent them from being able to run into the site as well. And if people are planting back more on the rope, you just you back yourself against the wall just like the other shot, and then you aim it anywhere here on the wall, and then this will land more towards default, preventing the enemies from planting the bomb there. So you can make pretty good plays with this and cause a lot of delay when the enemies are trying to plant, so your team can all group up and you'll have like the full 45 seconds of the bomb timer to retake the site. In terms of holding the B site on Icebox, this is where Viper really shines. So what I like to do is I line up with this white part of the kingdom symbol right here. You pull out your poison cloud, you aim at the top of this caution sign right here, and then right click. So this will give you a nice one way. So when you have to retreat, you have that to block you and help you get an advantage. So now you come over here, you aim your wall about right here. Now you do this about 2 seconds before the round starts. So then the enemies aren't predicting this and they're going to be stacking up over here. And then you put the wall up and then they're going to have to run through it. They're already committed to this execute, right? You put the wall up, then you come over here and you aim your snake bite about right here on the wall. So where this lands is it'll land perfectly here. So many people miss this snake bite and it creates an area for them to swing in the back. So the second the round starts, you shoot the snake bite, you pop the wall. Now the enemies are just swinging into your molly and you can get free kills. They'll just be absolutely destroyed. And you'll only have to put a bullet or two in them to get these kills, right? Now, the biggest thing you have to worry about is the Jet, Raze, Omen, whoever, Satchling getting up across this here, right? So instead, you're noticing they're doing this every time they take B. You just send a poison over there instead. You bounce it off the wall. So when those people run up over here, they absolutely get destroyed. And then they'll try to swing you so you can peek this angle, try to get this kill for free. And a lot of the times, I like to try to shoot at them as they cross because a Jet updrafting, if they don't dash and they only updraft, you might be able to get the free kill on them, right? So next thing is I'm not a stupid player. Sova's going to drone this, Sky's going to flash it, Reyna's going to flash it, whatever's going to go down, they're going to try their best to get you off this angle. When they get you off this angle, then you have your smoke cloud here. Put this up and then you retreat, right? This will help you so you can get back and then you can hold this angle as you fall back, and now you have a one-way. You can hold this one way until your orb goes down. Then the second your orb goes down, you come over on top of this crate right here. Now you try to get picks on this people who now are going to jump up on gray and try to get a pick on your team. So now you can get free headshots because they're hardly ever going to be pre-aiming this angle right here. But Cam, they're going to get the plant for free this way. Now I got you, bro. What you do is you come into this corner right here. You line up the crosshair symbol above your snake bite in this corner right here. And at the peak of your jump, you shoot this one like this. So you jump and then shoot higher up in your jump. If you shoot this early, it'll hit the wall or hit this railing and not work. So you do this correctly, now the enemies can't plant the bomb. Now what are they going to do? They're going to be super delayed, or someone's going to try to stick the bomb in this molly to get it down, and they're going to die. So this creates such an advantage for you and your team, and it creates such a hassle for the enemy team. Now the only way they prevent this is if the wall is like here to here, which not a lot of people run that wall right now, because that's when it'll bounce. But a lot of times they put the wall here to here, so then it basically gives you that free molly land and they won't be able to plant the bomb. In terms of Viper alt locations on the B site, my best spot is probably right here. You just put it down at the front of this right here, and you just sit right here, because if you look how big this is, right, they're going to be standing in your smoke for a while before you ever actually get to see them. So you just sit back right here, basically where you can get barely any visual over this, and you just sit here like this, and when they start swinging you can see them. And if their feet comes up right here, you can also destroy them there, because good chances are they're going to get absolutely destroyed by standing on top of yellow as well, and you'll be able to see their feet. For the A site, the best alt location is right here. So what you do is you jump up on this green box, second the round starts, you jump right here and you put your alt down instantly, right? So what this does for you is it creates the perfect positioning, right? You can literally just sit right here. If they come in on the rope, you can shoot them. If you put your alt just down here, they can just slide across the rope without you knowing. This angle allows you to watch the rope push, the lower push, and the only way to get around this is if they jump up pipes and drop here. But if they do that, there's no way for them to do it quietly. You'll hear them. So this is a great way to just absolutely lock down this site, and the enemies are just going to dip and go somewhere else. But a lot of the times I've had people run into this and I'll get 3 kills. They think they're slick. They'll try to drone me out, dodge the drone, get 3 kills, win the round for your team. This is the best alt spot on the A site. I suggest you guys give this one a try. Only thing I'd be careful of, if an enemy jet is snazzy as hell, they'll like updraft down this box and be able to see you before you can get your ult down. But just be careful of that. Have maybe someone hold it for you if you want to be double safe. But this is everything I have on Icebox for Viper. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal day, and I'd really appreciate if you guys went and checked out my other videos.